Hello, everyone. My name is Robin Da Vinci. I am grateful that a lot of you know who I am, but if you don't know who I am, I'm the money lady. I have been in accounting and bookkeeping and property management for 40 years or more. I think the or more is true. And I've worked with high net worth individuals and businesses, and I have learned a lot and I've experienced a lot, and I want to share it with you. So today I'd like to speak to a subject that is, I think, not controversial, and I might be making it a little bit controversial, and that is the hidden cost of your 401k. Now, you might think that your 401k is not controversial and that why would I be bringing it up, and that that's a pretty mild thing and it's pretty wonderful, and that if you have a 401k where the money is taken out of your check before you pay tax, that's a pretty cool thing. So I'm saying there are a lot of positives to a 401k. It is helping you save. It is for the future. And if your employer does matching funds, you're going to get to goals much higher, much better, and much faster. I think that in general, a 401k at your place of business is a positive thing. But when I think about the fact that most of you don't know what your 401k is invested in, I cringe. And here's what I'm talking about. You might be going, what do you mean my 401k is invested? Well, 401ks are an investment program. So your employer could have one program for you to be in, or he could have 6 you could choose from, or she could have 10 that you can pick from. But those investment programs are invested in stocks and bonds and are tied to the stock market for the most part. It's all tied to the stock market. So let's say you're just an employee at your company, you make $120,000 a year, and you put aside pre-taxed money into your 401k. And then at the end of every quarter, or maybe every paycheck, your employer matches a portion of your deduction into your 401k. And you go, why would I ever object to that? And you think, why would that be controversial? Well, that 401k is invested in things in the stock market. It's invested in corporations. It's invested in things that are meant to bring you dividends. They're meant to make money for you. And what the corporations need is for you to invest in them. So they want to keep you happy by giving you a dividend. And you say, gosh, I see my 401k growing, not only from my employer match, but they're investing it correctly and I'm making money. Okay, so you think this is all good. Why would Robin rain on that parade? Well, here's the thing. Those stocks and those things that your 401k is invested in could be things that are raising the cost of living so high that it's impossible to buy groceries without putting it on a credit card. The gas company, the oil companies, the pharmaceuticals, everything that you're invested in could be the reason that on the other side, you're screaming, why is everything going up? Why are prices so high? Well, the way that it works is that corporations answer to shareholders. If you have your 401k invested in your company and your company invests in these corporations, in order to give you dividends, they have to keep things moving. They have to make you happy. Well, over here, they're making you happy. And you're saying, my 401k's grown. Look what happened over the course of the year. It was invested well, and now I have money. And then on the other side, you're going every day when you're trying to buy groceries and buy gasoline and buy a pharmaceutical, get your medical appointments done and buy glasses and get braces on your child's teeth, or, get your household, get new clothes, go on a vacation. All of those corporations could be in your 401k. And so while on one hand, they're giving you money, on the other side, they're taking it away. So I don't think it's very smart to have a 401k if you don't know what it's invested in. Now, I'm going to say this out loud. That doesn't mean you should go protest or scream or holler or indeed cause a ruckus at your office. But you're allowed by law to be able to know what your money that is taken from your paycheck is invested in. Now, you can go to HR and you can say, all right, I have a program with you in my 401k. What is that program? Is it bonds, treasury bonds? Is it stocks? If it's stocks, what stocks are they? What programs are my 401k invested in? That's really an important question. Now, If you are getting a statement from your 401k and not looking at it, and then when you look at it, you say you don't understand it, you can find out what everything on that means by Googling it. And I am a firm believer that Google can make you way smarter than you were 10 minutes ago. So what you need to do is you need to ask your employer, can I please see what my 401k is invested in? May I see what stocks are purchased? Can I see what bonds are there? And can I understand what makes my 401k work? Now, they might give you a little bit of a pushback on that. If you have a 401k and if it's earning money or losing money, you should be able to go online and check out your own investments, look at them. Sometimes they'll say Series A this, or they'll have some crazy wording and initials and things that you won't understand. So you have to Google it and say, okay, what is this? Am I investing in diamonds in South Africa? Am I investing in oil in Alaska? Am I investing in the phone company? Am I investing in the pharmaceutical companies? And those pharmaceutical companies are raising the price on everything, so I can't afford them, or my grandmother can't afford them. So at least be moral about what you're choosing. At least, even if you don't object to making the money and have the prices over here go up as you're earning money over here, at least know what it is. I am not going to abide by this thing where everybody goes, I don't know. Go find out. What are you invested in? I've had a few people in my life that have divested from stocks that they truly don't believe in, and that they think that the corporation is a bad one. And morally, they can't have their money invested in that company. That might be an extreme case, and you might hear this and go, that's crap, Robin. But it's true. If you look up your 401k and you find out that it's invested in something to which you are diametrically opposed, and you're making money from it, meanwhile, your family is suffering because you're getting dividends from a company you don't even agree with, you need to do further investigation. That's why the 401k can have a hidden cost. You may be making money over here, but it may not offset all the money you're losing over here by trying to make this work. And if you're using a credit card, or you're having to go into debt, or have some sort of overdraft protection because you're running out of money every month, and then you find out that it's the corporations that you're invested in that keep raising the price and lowering the quality of your food or whatever it is, then you need to look at that. And once you're completely educated on your 401k and decide to leave it that way, good for you. But stop complaining. I had someone complain to me about a month ago about grocery prices. And I said, well, there's 4 corporations that own the majority of grocery stores. So it's not the little guy on the corner, or it's not your local grocery store that's determining the prices are going up. It's that the corporations need to pay dividends. They need to give their employees raises, and you are the person that's going to pay for that. So if you think you're not, you're naive. The CEO of these corporations is never going to want to take less of a bonus. And the big shots that get bonuses every year are never going to say, oh, well, let's not take our bonuses. Let's let the average American not have to pay so much for these things. That will never happen. Corporate morality is a thing of, dreams are made of those. They are really disengaged from the average person. They are not going to bed at night worrying about you and your grocery store and your gas prices and cat food or anything else. They're going to bed saying, I have this many people invested in me and I need to make them money. And if it means cutting jobs and raising prices and not putting 16 ounces in something but only putting 12 and changing the packaging, that's what I'm going to do. So when they go to bed, what's dancing in their head is, how can I make my bonus for the year? How in the world can I make sure all my shareholders, everybody who's in a 401k, make money and still, survive? And then it translates over to here to us average people, average Americans, average human beings of the world, that the prices will go up and the costs will go up and we will get less for our money than ever before, period. Now, that's not a new complaint. My mother back in the 60s used to complain about the price of bread. It's not like it hasn't happened all the way along. But now with 401ks and investments and shareholder distributions and stockholder dividends and things like that, you can't get away from the fact that there is a huge divide between the people making the decisions about what you eat and what you put in your car and what you put on your bodies and what kind of medicines you get, and the people who are trying to pay for it with their regular jobs. When you think next time, why the hell are my grocery prices so high? And you have a 401k, go see if there's a corporation hidden in there somewhere that you are giving money to. And I also recommend that you watch the Bernie Madoff documentary and the Enron documentary on how people can be fooled so easily to invest money with people that have no credibility. Bernie Madoff was a big Ponzi scheme. Enron turned out to be a nightmare for the people. Their 401ks were all invested in Enron stock. And when the big guys sold all their stock in August and the company folded in November, all of those 401ks, they were inflated 401ks because Enron lied about their financials. Long story. Watch the documentary on Enron. Those people lost everything. And everybody's capable of losing everything they have in their 401k if something goes wrong. So my first thing is educate yourself as to what your 401k is invested in. Secondly, look at Google if there's something you don't understand, type it in and get a deeper meaning of it and for it. And number three, if you're invested in all of those corporations, you really can't complain because you're part of the issue. So on that note, I'm going to say please like and subscribe and check out your 401k. I don't say they aren't good. I'm just saying they're complicated. And for you not to look, it's your personal responsibility to be educated about it. So thank you very much. Like and subscribe. See you again soon.